I'm live. I'm alive. Hey all. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm doing good. Don't mind the mess behind me. Let's see if we do it this way. Oh, I want to see the mess. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. I'm doing good. So I'm also distracted easily, as you guys already know. Um, but this was unscheduled. So let me see if I can fix my camera just a teeny bit. Oh, too low now. I guess we'll stick with that. But anyway, this was unscheduled live. I interrupted my Thanksgiving shopping schedule to come and answer some of your questions. And I don't expect to be a lot of people here. So I'm just going to continue to talk and, just say hi. Oh, hey, Atola. Hello. You are very early. That's a good thing. No more African time. That needs to end. It infuriates me. But anyway, I'm going to try and look over there, but I also want to keep my eye on the computer. Sorry for the, basically for the bad background. Honestly, sorry about that because I didn't plan this, but I thought I should come in now that you guys have seen the kitchen and you guys have seen the kitchen, you've seen the former living room. The next week vlog is going to be the mudroom, scullery, and a little bit of the laundry, just to show you the updates. But the scullery is going to blow your mind. At least it blew my mind. And I absolutely love the mudroom. But I can't wait to show you guys. So, hey Brenda. Hello. Are you going to plant trees? Yes, actually. So just to give you a little bit of background. So I think it was 2 years ago, I planted quite a few trees, actually, some fruit trees. I planted some, what else? Some pine trees, and I planted some ornamental trees. Okay, that was like 2 years ago, and then we had that huge fire, which wiped pretty much almost all my trees except for the pine trees. And even then, like some of them did burn, but we did plant some trees, some fruit trees this time. And I think I planted about 10 trees the last time I was there, and I'm going to continue to plant trees as like time goes on. I do know that trees, especially fruit trees, they take a while to produce fruit. So I was talking to my husband actually about that, saying that I want to. I wish this thing was facing more to this side. Hold on, it's bothering me. About the same. But anyway, so I was talking to my husband about that when we buy avocado trees, which is something I want to have for sure, I want to make sure that I am like planting a mature tree so that we can get the benefits as quickly as possible. We love avocados, and so we eat them with everything: breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. So we love avocados. So we definitely want to plant a mature tree when it comes to that. The last time when I was there, I planted some citrus like grapefruit, lime, lemon, and then I planted some. What else did I plant? Some fig. I planted. What's the other one? So I did fig and I did granadilla. I don't know what else, but I planted about 10 trees. I think it was plum. Yes, plum. And but yeah, I planted. I want to hear your reaction. Like, do you guys have the question for the kitchen? And I know a lot of you want to know about about who did my cabinets. So pretty much, that's a funny question. Oh, let me say, Baby Key. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I'm laughing because this question I've told so many stories about. So for those who don't know, colored in South Africa is a race, and it means mixed person, usually really mixed with a white person in general. But you get other mixed people as well, like maybe mixed with, like Indian. For instance, Tyler, I believe she's Zulu and Indian. And but no, to answer your question, um, first of all, I've been mistaken so many times for being colored. Okay. I remember the first time that I was mistaken for being colored was when I was a little girl hit by a car in Guguletu in a black neighborhood where I lived. And the guy's defense was, what is this colored kid doing in a black neighborhood? Okay. But that was the first time. Second time, when I was pregnant with my daughter, and I was rocking my new Tony Braxton haircut. This was in 1991. I was rocking my new Tony Braxton haircut, and I was in a bus, and we were driving from downtown Cape Town. And on my way from work, I did part-time. That's how long I've been working, guys. I was like 16 years old when I started working, and really 15 years old. And I remember the lady in the bus woke me up because I fell asleep. I was pregnant, and I fell asleep, and the lady woke me up, and she said, when we were passing Welcome is this colored mixed people neighborhood in South Africa at the time. And they thought that I was passing my station. I was supposed to get off. And I told them, no, I'm going to Kailicha, which is where I lived at the time. And so that was the second time I was mistaken for a mixed person. And then when I arrived in America, people assumed here that I was Latino. Because they could not put together the light skin, the relaxed hair with Africa. So they thought I was Latino. So I remember when I went to the hospital, and this, because I was pregnant with my son at this point, they told me that they were going to assign a Spanish speaker, like to translate for me, because my accent was thicker then. So they assumed that this person English must not be their first language, which it's not. But they assumed that I spoke Spanish. And I told them, no, I don't speak Spanish. I'm actually South African. So no, to answer your question, I'm not colored, I'm Xhosa. I did my DNA test, which you can see my results here, because I was also confused, because I was actually born in Elsis, which was a mixed neighborhood in South Africa, because my mother passed for a mixed person. So to take advantage of the apartheid laws, she actually changed her last name to an Afrikaans last name, and which meant that I was born in a, African speaking area. And but so I thought maybe there was some sort of confusion, maybe I wasn't truly black. I was also getting confused, even though I grew up, in all black neighborhood, all, like all black, like Xhosa, South African. When I was here in America, I did my test to really confirm what I thought I already knew, and really the results did come back. I'm 100% African. I have a Khoisan in me, okay, and I have Xhosa in me. So my results came back like that. So 25%. So that means either my grandparent or, one of my grandparents was actually Khoisan. And the interesting thing is that as light skinned as I am, okay, in my family, on my father's side, we have a lot of albinism, actually. We have a lot of albinism. So probably I almost just, I just am a few lights, I'm a few shades darker than my, my other family members. Again, like this is not, like to say anything other than, I'm just closer, just so you guys know. Okay. Uh, Great to see you, Baby Key. I hope that answered your question. Rebecca, your kitchen is to die for. I absolutely love my kitchen. Guys, part of why I did this live was because I just wanted to tell you that, remember, I for the last few years I've been talking about this kitchen, and I've been working hard to have it built, so that I can just install it when I arrive in South Africa. And I had it made outside of South Africa, and I just brought it to South Africa. And the guy who installed my kitchen actually makes kitchens, and his jobs are excellent. And he did an excellent job installing mine. And I do recommend him. And I'm going to update my guide. And you guys, can you guys stop being so stingy? Okay. I'm selling my guide for 250 rands, and it's 30% off right now on my website. And you guys want these numbers, all these numbers. Remember, guys, the struggles that I have to go through to find these people, and the cost that I have to go through, because you guys can't even imagine the cost that I have to go through to get to the right person. So when I get the right person, I put them in my guide, and then I sell the guide, because I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys only the best people, not the ones that cost me money, not the ones that like the frogs I have to kiss in order to get to the princess, right? I don't give you any of that. I give only people that I'm absolutely sure and happy about. Okay. In fact, I really want to embark on a business. I kind of have already embarked on it, which is I'm going to be the one leading people's buildings. I'm going to have my own building team, my own construction team, which I'm going to work with, which will allow for you guys to request any services that are related to building, and you basically work with me, and I'm become the middle person between the builders that I will personally choose to make sure that they are the people who they say they are, so they don't waste your money. And again, my goal here would be to make sure that people don't go through the headaches that I went through. Okay. I went through the most expensive learning experience. Okay. You guys know I had to redo floors. I had to redo a lot of stuff. Okay. I mean, just the floors, redoing the floors cost me more than 100,000 rands to redo them. And you add other issues that I still have to fix and all of that. So my job is to make sure that you never have to waste your money the way that I wasted my money trying to get to the right people. And so that's why I want to start this business. It's going to be my New Year project. And I am announcing right now. Right now, you can go to my website, my new website, by the way, called MamaDeeBuild.com. You can go to it and you can order right now, obviously the house plans, but I want you, you'll be able to go there and request a construction company, request a cabinet maker, request a ceiling person, but everyone is going to go through me. And I'm going to be the person who makes sure that you get the services that you deserve, because we work hard for our money, guys. People assume that, oh, you must have money to throw away. You must have money. Or I'm so desperate, I'm going to take a job even if I don't have the skill set, I don't have the tools, just because I can. And for people like me, who really wasn't familiar with how, everything happens in South Africa, I ended up wasting a lot of money. And now I've learned, and I'm a good student, I've learned a ton. And I want to make sure that people who watch me, people who supported me all these years, people who understand the struggles that I went through, and the cost, that was very costly experience, guy. All those people understand that that they will be able to request those services. But you could also just buy the guide and get access to the people that I already recommend currently. And I will add the guy who did my closets, I mean, not my closets, my wardrobes, not my wardrobes, but my cabinets. The guy who did my cabinets, because what a gentleman, what a professional. He had every tool, never stressed. You guys saw in the installation video, I was laughing, like, and we were joking, and it was a lot of fun for me because for the first time, I wasn't stressed. I like, he showed me immediately that I could trust him. Yes, I made sure that I was there because I wanted to make sure that I could answer any questions that he has. But he's already doing work for my friend right now. As I'm speaking to you, he's about to do more work for me. And so what I'm trying to get to is the number for him, it will be in the guide, and it's, as I said, it's 30% off, and it's 250 rands, 249 rands or something like that. And it's got all my advice, the steps that you need to follow when you're building your own homes, if you're going to manage it yourself, all those things. Another thing is, I'm going to be working hard. I'm taking time for the holidays really to just relax and not work as hard. Okay. But one of the things I'm going to make available next year, and my deadline for that is March, okay, is going to be my plan, my home plan. I'm going to make it available. I just want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the like there are no issues, because remember, I had to make changes on the fly. One of the things that somebody asked me, how big is my kitchen? I said my kitchen was supposed to be my living room, and my living room was supposed to be my kitchen. And we had to flip the plan. And in flipping that plan, I forgot to readjust my measurements for my pillars and everything, such that now my kitchen is way bigger even than my family room. Okay. But fortunately, because it's an open plan, you can really see that. But my kitchen is bigger than my family room, which it was kind of a happy accident, okay? Because as I said, you really don't need a lot of space for a living room, because you want that intimacy. Like when it comes to your family room, you want to be able to converse with people. You don't want one couch over there and one couch over there. You want everything, like kind of intimate. So it kind of worked out. But I would like to maybe reduce the kitchen a little bit and give the family room a little bit more space, okay? So that you can put your, like if you want to, you can put bigger, end tables, that kind of thing. That's the reason why I want to, fix that. I just want to make sure that I give you guys a plan that is solid, that your builder will not have to ask, okay, what were you thinking here, MamaDee? What was this kind of a thing? But also, I want to create different elevations of that same plan. I love the layout, the flow of the house. Somebody commented and said, oh, MamaDee, like by the time America is done with you, you're gonna be, you won't even be able to go up those stairs. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I thought about all of that. I absolutely thought about getting old in that home, because that's my retirement home. So in my house, you can come from the front door and you can roll yourself with your wheelchair all the way downstairs without a single step. So in other words, my bedroom is downstairs, my main bedroom, which means that I never have to go upstairs if I never want to go upstairs. Upstairs is just my kids' bedrooms, my guest space, and an entertainment lounge. That's pretty much it. Everything that I need. My scullery, my laundry room, my mud room, my living room, my family room, my main kitchen, my main bathroom, my main bedroom, my closet, all are downstairs. My grilling area is downstairs. So I never have to go upstairs if I don't want to. So I thought about retirement and what that would be. By my plan, you can rest assured that I've thought about functionality before anything else. Because for me, it's not enough for a house to be pretty or to be shiny and glamorous and stuff like that. I think about how are you going to use the space. That's literally the driving force behind my designs, is how are you going to use the space? Because it's pointless to have, I'm not saying that if you're young, you can't have an upstairs bedroom. Yeah, you can if you're young. But what other people are doing nowadays is to have two primary bedrooms, one upstairs and one downstairs. The one upstairs, you live in it while you're still young, if you want. And then when you're older, you just move downstairs. Also, I have my guest bedroom downstairs. If I don't have enough guests, I could always convert it to an office. That's the one thing I didn't think about actually in my current house, because I was thinking this is a retirement home. But nowadays, we don't retire. We just change careers, right? I can do consultation, and so I may need to have, like space for that. But I also have a huge yard, like almost 10 acres. And so, excuse me, what that means is I can always, build something, a glass house. I'm imagining in my head a glass house that's going to be a house where I can also, enjoy sunlight and also use it as my office. Or I can make these fancy greenhouses where you could actually have a desk inside a greenhouse and use that as your office, because we use, laptops nowadays. You put power there, you have an actual house that you can use it. So I won't run out of options, but that's something that when I make my plan available, and as I said, I'm going to have different elevations. I'm even going to have a modern version of that same house, but same layout, but with more balconies, because that's the obsession with, like a lot of my South African friends, like with more balconies on the front side and also maybe on the back side, more balconies. So I'll have a ton of elevations of the same house. Okay. So those are my two major projects. So if you haven't had a chance to go to MamaDeeBuilds.com, MamaDeeBuilds.com, take your time and actually do that. As I said, now you can request plans. You can buy a plan. There's only one plan there. The other plans are in the old website, which I'm going to move at some point to the new website. And then I am going to, so that's going to be my first thing, that I will allow you for you guys to request services through my website and work with me directly and make sure that your money is safe. Because I know that even though I will work with independent contractors, some of them will want to go behind me. But if you're smart enough, you'll make sure that your money is safe with me, because I have zero interest of robbing anyone. That's my thing. And I'm not desperate for people's money, but I provide the service, because a lot of people do ask me, MamaDee, who did this for you? And I want to be able to say, no, do it through me, and I will deal with whoever needs to do the work for you. That way you know that your money is safe and your work is done, and you will be happy when it's all said and done. And I will explain the process later on, but that's where I'm going. And as I said, I want to go up to maybe 10 elevations of my current house plan, so that a person can choose the elevation that they like, and not every house has to look exactly the same as mine. I will make my plan exactly as available, and then change the elevations and make them available. But yeah, so do you still have the DNA video, MamaDee? Yes, I do. It's, if you search MamaDee DNA test results, South Africa. I always put South Africa there because there are also other MamaDees that are coming up. So it would be nice for you guys to be able to look at my results to see, like that. Literally, I'm as close as like, never mind. So let's to talk about the kitchen. So the kitchen, I designed the kitchen myself, okay, and I work with a company that created the CAD drawings for me. A CAD drawing is actually the specifications of the measurements exactly as they will be reproduced by a manufacturer. And I got that done, and then I send them to a manufacturer to manufacture them for me, and then ship them to South Africa, and then They came, most of them done, but there were also like things that we needed to do, a lot of things that we needed to do in order to install them. And so that's where Andre came in and was able to do all of that. And it went so smoothly. As I said, my island is 3.2 meters by 1.5 meters wide, which is the actual 3.2 is the length of the slab, that this max length of the slab you can get. And I wanted that. And I knew that I wanted to have all the things that you see housed there, because that's basically how I have it here in America. I have my dishwasher and my trash compactor on the other side. So I kind of wanted that same setup because it works perfectly. And then I also wanted to make sure that I have a space for paper towel, because I really don't want clutter. I have a lot of clutter in my American home. As you can see, I'm kidding. Those were things that I had packed some stuff that I shipped to South Africa. I was buying them and packing them in there, but a lot of them have already gone to South Africa. But so I designed it myself, so it's part of my cabinets. I'm going to remember, guys, I did these cabinets I started the process 2 years ago, and the stress to say, and I'm not going to share the name of the company that did them, because they stressed me to hell and back, okay, to a point where I had 5 cancellation with them. And because we wouldn't agree on certain things and what I wanted. Also, I wanted wood. My cabinets are actually wood, and I've used plywood for my carcasses. And I also wanted to have some sort of joints on my drawers. I can't remember the name. It's been escaping me lately, but it's not finger joint. It's can somebody remind me? But anyway, because I wanted those things, I couldn't find those in South Africa. That's why I ended up, but I will say this: if you want to build, because this is the process I wouldn't want anyone to go through, okay? Again, I will have an opportunity for people to request cabinets, because there is a company that I'm going to be working with to allow you guys to get, to buy cabinets directly from me. And if I'm building your house, or I'm the one who's building your house, then I can arrange all of that information for you. But the one that I work with gave me the biggest stress. I have grays, I have wrinkles because of them. They made me sick to my stomach. But I wanted these cabinets to be done correctly, and I endured their BS for over a year, almost 2 years. But I kept on fighting because I wanted everything done right. And I remember the cabinets were supposed to be installed last year, and it's this year. And so you name it, I went through it. So again, I will give you guys an opportunity to to request cabinets, and I have a company that I've already lined up that I'm going to be working with. Okay. Yes, I'm definitely working on building that network. I want it to be as professional as possible, and also not waste people's money. I know the struggle. I know the struggle that people are going through. So even if you are willing to go hard building your home, that doesn't mean somebody needs to waste your money. And that is something that I'm taking with me to make sure that nobody ever has to go through what I went through. Because guys, if I say I wasted maybe about R1 million on that house, it wouldn't be an exaggeration. Okay, that's what I would say. What grade? Let's see. Mbali, hey Mbali. So you're saying your interior is so beautiful. Did you get an interior designer? If not, how were you able to coordinate such a lovely design? You know what, guys? I just want to thank you so much, really, truly, for your kind words, because I did look into getting a designer, but they were just so excessive in terms of cost and everything. So what I did was I looked at Pinterest, and also for me, everything that I do, guys, I'm all in my feelings. I want to feel comfortable. I want to feel at home. I want to feel at peace in my space. Okay. That is literally what drives me. That's why I designed the house that I designed, because I was looking for something that would give me peace and tranquility. And so I basically thought to myself, how do I want to use my house? Like, what do I want to have in my house? How do I want it to feel? How do I want to feel when I'm in this space? All those questions are questions that I had to answer in order to arrive at where I want to arrive. And then I looked at inspiration online. I found the couches that I like, all those things. But in terms of the color scheme, really, I've been trying to educate myself about how to choose color. That has been my obsession lately. How to choose colors, how to have colors work together, how to have colors, like be in harmony with each other. So if you recall, on my family room, I have just mismatched colors. It's really things that I loved. These, like couches that I liked and everything. And so when I bought them individually. And because I bought them individually, when they actually got into one space, I was like, oh, this was kind of not a smart idea. You know, I knew that I wanted something that was a little warm, but because I also have black and white, a lot of black and white in my house, I knew that I kind of wanted something that was gray, but I didn't know how to mix warm with gray. And so I bought these couches and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I was thinking. So I sat with them for a while because they arrived last year. I sat with them online and I bought them here in America and I shipped them. And so I was thinking to myself, what the hell? How am I going to make this work? And then I was like, I said, I heard the word in a lot of design spaces. It's called having furniture talk to each other, have it talk to each other. So then I zoned in on that. I was like, I need these things to work together. And so how am I going to make them work? So I first made sure that all my paint was neutral. So I have a white house. That way, that gives me a blank space. And then I love the brown bench. I absolutely love it. The beige couch, I wanted something warmer, but more on the cream side, but it came more beige. And then I had that gray couch, which I kind of hated it, to be honest with you, to a point where I was like, maybe I should just, like put it somewhere else and not put it be part of my family room. But eventually I said, you know what? You don't have the money to be picky right now. You don't have the money to, like redo anything. So work with what you have. So then that's when I thought, oh, I can have accessories that kind of pull them together. So I thought about the rug, but the rug that I want is so expensive. And so I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to afford that. So I looked at pillows. So that's how I ended up with the with the look that I have. So, but also, guys, when you are, this is my advice to you, do not hurry anything. Okay, do not hurry anything, because what gave me the opportunity to pull things together, whether it's my kitchen or like my family room, is because I had a lot of time and I was taking my time. Like really the past 2 years I've been focusing on like finishing the house. So all of that, like I started with the lighting, because I knew I was going to go with black lighting, and because I already have black windows. So I try to educate what does it take to pull things together, because really it's not we can all buy stuff, right? But knowing how to pull things together requires a lot of patience, number one, and also a lot of imagination, and also thinking about how you want to feel in the space. More importantly, I love comfort. I love comfort. I don't like modern designs because they are so dry and stuck for me. So I wanted something that was homey. That's why I focused on how am I going to feel on the space in order to pull all that together. And also like a lot of trial and error. I'm not going to get everything right, but it's totally fine. It's totally fine. So there's also a design rule called, I think it's called 60-30. 30-10. Okay, 60-30-10. Basically 60% of your decor is going to look this way, and then 30% of your accent, and then 10%, 30% of your secondary, like stuff, whether it's cars or whatever, and then 10% of that pop of things. So I'm still working on that. I'm not done completely with like decorating my house. I bought some furniture that's also coming, like some end tables and stuff like that to finish the room, but I'm happy with where everything is. Okay. Let's see. So to answer your question, I designed my house 100%. Design my house. Design the house. I came up with the furniture decor. I've made some mistakes, but it's okay. Nothing is perfect, and that's my other approach to life in general. Nothing's going to be perfect. Okay. So that's why I don't sweat it. And if I made a mistake, I'm not going to rush and go run and buy something else. No, if anything, I'm just going to figure out a way to work with what I have. Because ultimately, guys, I watch also a lot of design shows, right? And what I learned is that a lot of people, when they design homes, they're never 100% happy with them, number one. And number two, if they make a mistake, they just work with the mistake because nobody else is going to pick up on it. Only you're going to pick up on it. And a lot of it is trial and error, just playing with things around. It took me all day, okay, choosing my pillows at Choreograph. It took me all freaking day, okay? That's another thing. You have to take your time. It took me all day, and I just was trying different things together, trying to imagine my couches. I had photos of my couches, and I would go, like to Choreograph and see a couch that's similar to my couch, and then I would put pillows on them, just playing it out with it around to a point where I felt like, okay, this works. That's how I got all my pillows to work with, like with what I have. Okay, so beautiful home. My question is, did you custom make or buy dining room chairs in the States? I bought them in the States. Pretty much all my furniture I bought in the States, except for those like beds and stuff like that. I bought them in South Africa. Did you have your kitchen cabinets made there? Yep, I did. I did because, as I said, I couldn't get anyone to make me wood cabinets in South Africa. Or if I was getting someone to make me wood, they were going crazy. I did try a company in Cape Town, and they didn't want to do like the joints that I wanted. They didn't want to use plywood, like for the carcasses. So all these things, I just I gave up basically. But I spent a lot of time trying to find the right person. I even found a guy in Durban who was just gonna do the carcasses for me, and then find someone else who could do the fronts for me, because a cupboard is like carcass, and then you have the finishes on top. And I wanted mine to be wood because I will never change those cabinets. I don't care what comes in the market, what's new, what's cool, what's blah blah blah. I went with traditional because I don't ever want to change them. So that's a lifetime. Okay. And I'm willing to pay for the guide. Honestly, it's hard to find good people. Yes, it's literally a small price to pay. 200 at this point. What is 250 minus 30% off? At this point, literally, you should buy the guide, because those are tried and tested people that I recommend in the guide, and I give you an amazing amount of advice. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the numbers of the people who work with me currently, and also I made a video about septic tanks, which went viral by my standards in Facebook, and that video gives you advice on septic tank and what to do, and more advice. Really, I do have advice in the guide, but I'm going to add that, and so that you really get something valuable, so you don't take the guesswork. And also, you can know that my plumber or my is doing something wrong. These are my expectations because MamaDee said so. Let's see. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really put my heart and soul in that home because I wanted to be a place that I want to go to, want to run to. And more importantly, for those who don't know, the Eastern Cape is not necessarily because we don't subscribe to the idea of homelands and stuff like that, but you can still use your ancestry to get land for free. And because I was able to get land for free, I was able to build something beautiful. But what that house has done, and a lot of houses of people who have built homes in rural areas have opened people's eyes into seeing that, oh, I can have a beautiful life and home in the countryside. I mean, when like in America since 1998, I've had a dishwasher, a washer and a dryer inside the house. I had running water inside the house. Even I mean in Cape Town, before I left, I had at least running water in the house. And I used to take my clothes to the laundromat when I was a student in UCT. And so, but having all those things in the village and have your water running everywhere, and you have your toilets. I have 5 toilets because I have 5 bathrooms. Everything is just running well. And then I've just added a dishwasher in my kitchen, and I have a washer and a dryer. I mean, it just makes it makes being in the village even more beautiful and more fun and more. I'm not saying that you have to have all those things. I'm just saying that when you enjoy the peace of the village and all you hear are birds and maybe a cow here and there and a chicken that attacks you a chicken that attacks you. You hear your chickens in the morning, and then you are inside your house and you're able to live, like that, and actually enjoy an upscale life inside that environment. It just elevates everything. Really, that's what, like I want our people to feel. Even on my Facebook page, so many people say, oh, MamaDee, I always look forward to going to my country home because I get to have peace and it's so peaceful, it's so quiet. A lot of our people live in townships, and a lot of our people, really like they don't know peace, because in a township you can open a shebeen or like a joint or whatever right in the neighborhood, which makes a lot of noise. I'm trying to have our villages enact laws that you can do that, because I already see it creeping in. We need to protect that land. We need to protect our people, and we need to make sure that our people have peaceful spaces that feel sacred. And in order to do that, our chiefs need to make sure that they put rules in place that says, because we have enough land in our villages, we have enough land, we can designate areas and say, this is for businesses, this is for joints, this is for whatever it is that you want to do. But it should not be in the middle of houses, because that's actually what encourages crime. That also what encourages people to get up in the morning. The first thing they want to do is go and sit a smogolo in a shebeen, for those who don't know, or in an alcohol place. I don't even want to call these places bars. Like they go and sit there all day long, lazing around and just being addicted to alcohol. But if we remove all these places or these things and put them out there, then people, it's going to be an effort for them to get up and walk all the way there. You see what I'm saying? Whereas if it's right here, they don't even have to wash, they don't have to do anything. They just get up, get dressed, and go sit there all day long. So to reduce that, I think our chiefs should put laws in place that says you can only open something like that maybe in the outskirts of the village, not right in the middle of the village. I absolutely hate that. When I say something like that, people think I'm being uppity, or I'm being, like not understanding that people need to make money. I understand you need to make money, but you don't have to destroy everything. like around you in order for you to make money. We need these things to be outside of our village. And also, we don't want people wandering in our villages, peeing, or, like on our fences. You know how acidic pee is, and basically making our fences rot because people are peeing, and, or they are looking to see, okay, which houses are closed and open and stuff like that. But they do it under the guise of, I'm going to the store, I'm going to, we need all those things out in the outskirts of our villages. That way they're not part of our, everyday life. Does that make sense? And by the way, I do drink alcohol, as you guys already know. And in my kitchen, I have a wine rack. But I don't mind people drinking and all of that. But I just want people to do it responsibly and in a way that is safe for them and their families. And, to make sure that they don't, we don't, we do it in a classy way. I don't know if there's a classy way to drink, but I hope so. But let's see what else. Okay, so no, I mean, it's my home, so I think I cannot invite everyone to come to my home. I don't think that is a fair expectation. That's why I'm sharing the journey online, so that people can be inspired the same way I was also inspired. Actually, what inspired me was when I saw the houses in places like Limpopo and how they were building these beautiful houses. So I said to myself, why not in the Transkei? And so the fact that I got land for free, and I was able to build my home, and my home is just a peaceful place. I can't wait to actually finally enjoy it. I just hope that the haters and the people who are jealous kind of like go bend somewhere. I mean, I don't know what else to say, because yeah, that's all. I don't even want to focus on them. I don't want to spend my energy on them, and may I just be protected, I guess. But I'm looking forward to just going and enjoying my home. I still don't have a stove for the main kitchen, but I have a stove for the scullery, and I hope you guys get to watch the scullery. And also, on this video, the kitchen reveal, go watch the end. I know Emza did a great job, with videography and everything. It's Emza, by the way. Her name is Emihle, but I call her Emza as a nickname. Emza, okay? Not Enza, but Emza as a nickname. And she did an absolutely beautiful job. And I've been sending her videos on how to improve, because I told her, I said, this might be your, your side hustle, and be a videographer, because she did an excellent job. But in that kitchen review video, I did the night shots, and I also did the morning shot, and just wanted you guys to see without me in front of everything, and so go check it out if you didn't see the last part of the video. But the scullery is coming up, and the mudroom, oh my gosh, I don't want to cry. When I first saw it, I literally wanted to cry, because it's so beautiful. It's everything that I was hoping for. And I'm so happy that, I was able to do it. And it's coming. Rebecca, as I said, let me see if I can comment. Hold on. Give me just a second. Let me find the guide, so that you guys, by the way, you can purchase all my things. You can purchase them through my bank in South Africa, and you can purchase it through my bank. Let me see which one. So there's this one. Hold on. There's this one, and then this one is like this one is like a bundle. Okay, this one here, that's like a bundle. So you can click on that, and that includes like your, like your plumbing related things. As I said, everyone who's bought my guide, I do have a list of the people who bought the guide. I will send them an updated a guide with the carpenter's details, and also the guy who did my countertops did an excellent job. My plumber is already in there, so no issues. And the entire house, the 5 bedrooms, pajama lounge, scullery, main kitchen, grilling area, what else has water? Laundry, all those places. Okay, that's 5 bedrooms, main kitchen, scullery, laundry, outdoor room. Sorry, the grilling area. So that's 9 places. Okay, in the pajama lounge, 10 places. They all have running water in the village, and the water is fine, the pressure is fine, like no issues. So what I'm trying to get to is, I didn't put just anyone in there. I've put people that I feel like can do any job when you guys call them. Okay, so that's really like the reason why. So that there's the link to the guide. It's worth it. And as I said, even if you buy it today, you can, if you're unable to buy it online directly, you can send me money through my bank account with your email. And everyone who's done that, I send immediately. I send them the guide in the email so that they can have it. And secondly, I will send them, even though I already sent them the first guide, I'm going to send them an updated guide so that they can get the newest numbers, because some of them bought the guide, but they haven't started building. And even the people who bought plans, a lot of them have not started building. So I always encourage people, when they buy a plan, to buy the guide as well. That way they don't waste time and money. Figuring things out. I put in this effort so that people, I can because guys, as I said, just the learning curve was very expensive. And second of all, I weeded out all the people who basically wasted my time and money, and also the people who were unreliable, or the people. So I've only put in the people that I thought I could work with here. But eventually, I want you guys to go through me when you want to build your own projects, because I will have an understanding that with those people, that you will literally get what you pay for. That is my only promise, what you pay for. In other words, nobody's going to be running away with your money. Nobody's going to be doing a subpar job. All those things. My job is to make sure that that happens, okay? Without costing you, by the way. So this is just me basically providing a service to everyone. Nobulali is asking how, hi MamaDee, your building journey is truly inspirational. What I would like to know is, how have the locals, neighbors received use, especially since you are out of the country most of the time? So where I've built my home is mostly relatives, okay? Mostly relatives. My mother was born there. Her parents were born there. So I decided to build there because I would, I would know most of the people, and I would feel a little bit safer, especially because, I've lived in America most of my life. But that doesn't mean that, everyone is happy. I went through a lot, which I'm not willing to discuss at this point. But I went through a lot of hell that I had to fight back, because I am from there. That's why I always encourage people, build where you're from. That way, you are rightful. You have a right to be there just like everyone else who's there. This doesn't mean you can't build somewhere else or buy land somewhere else, okay? But I'm saying that it is, at least you've won half the battle when you build in a place that you are rightful area of the area as well. And so, like, I was able to push back, where I needed to push back, but pretty much everyone, at least most people, I should say, are happy that I'm there. That doesn't mean, like it's all, like roses, but it's normal. And again, most of my relatives are happy that I'm there. So I'm happy about that. Hope that answers you. And in terms of me being there, there are people who live in my house, and I have security system. And that's another thing. A lot of people are afraid of building in their villages because they're worried about security. I have a security system. I have cameras in my home. I have, armed security that I service. I mean, that's a trade-off. In the city, you're going to have those things also. So you might as well do them in the village so that you protect your, like your investment. And when I say investment, I don't mean resale. I mean a place where you find peace. It's okay to invest in yourself and make sure that you are happy and at peace with where you are. And so that's what I was hoping for when I did that. And so let's see what's I'll take one more question, I think. Olatabo Masugo. How did I obtain my land? As I said, my mother is from there, so my mother made sure we all got a piece of land. All her kids got a piece of land through the chief, and the elders of the village. So she got us land, and I got my children land as well. Because the reason why I did that, by the way, so my children can get land. So what I did was I took the land around me, and that's my kids' land, and that also makes sure that I don't get someone coming and pushing themselves into my home by building right next to me. So I have enough room on both sides, three sides of my home at least, and then I have a road in front, and so I don't have to worry about someone. Even if someone comes and builds, it's not going to bother me because they are far enough from me. So, but that's how I got the land. What? Anyway, I hope you guys can still hear me. Which is your most guys? When now Mbali Zungu is asking which one is my favorite room. Okay, my husband said, why is every room your favorite room? But literally, that's every room I go into. I'm like, this is one. But I love my mud room. I love my scullery. I love my main kitchen. I love my laundry. And then I would say the next one would be the screen porches. I have two screen porches, one off of the family room with the folding doors. That's a screen porch. So I'm looking forward to using that once I have furniture. I don't have furniture for that. And by the way, do you guys have places you recommend for outdoor furniture? Because that's one thing I don't have. Or if you're a company that sells outdoor furniture and you want to give it to me for free because I'm going to advertise you, please do so. But I'm looking forward to the screen porch. And then we have what I call the sunroom, but it's also a screen porch, which you will see, by the way, in the next vlog, which is coming out next Saturday. I think I'm gonna give this one time, and I will release the other one next Saturday, early in the morning, probably at midnight, American. That way, while you guys are laying in bed in South Africa, you can be watching. Okay, but I love the screen porches because that's something I've always wanted. I don't have here in America. In America, all the windows have screens. All the windows in the house. It's a standard thing. You don't even have to request it. It's understood. Okay. But you could also build a screen porch. Instead of having just a deck, you have a roof over it, and then you put a net all around it so that you can enjoy the outdoors without any flies, without anything. So I made sure in South Africa, I built a 6x6, almost like 20 by 20 for those in America, 20 feet by 20 feet screen porch. And that's gonna be, again, something I look forward to, where I can, eat outside and not have to worry about flies and everything. So I'm looking forward to that, to answer your question, I love my kitchen, obviously. I love my scullery. I love my laundry. I love my mudroom, and I love my screen porches. Everything else is kind of standard, so there's nothing really special about it. And of course, I have my reading nook, which you guys have already seen. And but yeah, I think that's a good place for me to stop. We are right at the 1 hour mark. And so hopefully you enjoyed this, like you enjoyed this impromptu live. I wanted to talk to you guys. Really, my goal was to have every release I would have, an opportunity for us to, to discuss, and you guys ask me questions. I'm looking forward to the next release. Don't miss it. And also, don't forget to share my videos. Please do share them with your friends and everyone to inspire others, so they can go back. I mean, I'm so inspired by people, either going back, reviving their homes like that they left, many generations ago. Or some of the people are saying, this is my grandparents' home and I want to revive it. And a lot of people are building in the villages, like mansions. So it's inspiring. It's an exciting time. And again, this is not about homelands. This is about saying we can also get land for free and uplift our own spaces, so that we can live peacefully in an affordable way, right? So that we don't break the bank just trying to find peace. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's so important that we take care of, our spaces, and make sure that they are beautiful. Before I leave, after every project, time when I'm in South Africa, before I leave, I make sure I get the kids in the village. Some of them are, kids that live at my sister's house. I get them to clean up. They go around the whole yard and outside of my yard, pick up all the trash, the papers, and we burn everything. And I make sure I buy candy. I always have candy and stuff like that, and they love it. It's a win-win. I give them candy, and they pick up all the papers for me, because I'm doing a lot of building, so there's always trash. But I make sure before I leave, I burn it down, because I don't want, because my village is very clean. That's where my grandmother is from. And I remember, growing up, and I just remember how clean it used to be, because at the time we relied mostly on subsistence farming, so we didn't have a lot of waste and trash and stuff like that. So our villages have always been clean. But now that we buy a lot of stuff, we need to make sure even more that we keep our villages clean. Okay. And thank you so much, guys. And I gotta run. I gotta run. It's Sunday here, and I need to run some errands. But thank you so much for tuning in, for coming in, for all your questions, for all your support, and and you guys enjoying the reveals, because it's something that you guys waited patiently for. And I'm so happy to share it with you. And I really, truly appreciate all your comments. And I appreciate you guys, with all my heart. Thank you so much. Yeah.